Let it be, let it out. Oh my God, I'm live. Oh, whoa. Hey guys, can you see me? I really just need some clarification if I'm being seen. Oh, great. They say, my team says you're on. Welcome. I hope you guys are enjoying the EP so far. I know that I enjoyed making it and I'm really very proud of it. So let's get into these questions that you guys have asked me. Oh, by the way, scenic my closet because my house is getting repainted because I'm moving. So excuse the clutter, excuse the mess. But somebody asks, what's your favorite country? And I would have to say my favorite country may, in fact, oh, that's really tough because I don't want to leave anyone out. The most beautiful country I've ever been to is Iceland, maybe. I did really love Iceland so much. And I'm getting text messages. This next question says, do you rehearse together or individually when not in quarantine? Do you rehearse together or individually when not in quarantine? Why is that so hard for my brain to comprehend? Well, I guess we have to do it. We haven't gotten together yet to rehearse. I miss it. I miss my fam. I miss my friends.
But it's been an interesting experience. I mean, I'm not going to say that I completely dislike this, having to do everything on my own, because it's been really teaching me a lot of lessons. I think I already went over this earlier probably, but yeah, it's definitely easier to get in the zone when you're recording rather than being in a studio with someone critiquing you or giving you suggestions or something like that. It's kind of easy to just feel the music, and I feel like you get a better take that way. That's not even the question you asked, but that's what I wanted to say. The next one says, most unexpected part of quarantine. Most unexpected part. You know, to be honest, I mean, I think I really had no expectations going into it. I guess at the very beginning of quarantine, I was not taking it as seriously. I was taking COVID seriously, but I was like, okay, well, I mean, this is just like, it's going to blow over soon. And then now the world is in even more turmoil, but you know, there's a lot of good stuff happening. The Black Lives Matter movement, obviously, we all know, which I'm very excited about, and I think we're making a lot of progress. So that was an unexpected part of quarantine for sure. What is the lowest note you can sing, boo? Says the question. I don't know. Should I try? La, la, la. I'm an alto through and through, baby. La. Maybe if you guys have perfect pitch, you can tell me what that is. La. See, it's much better up there. This one says, do you have any advice for a beginning writer? I'm assuming a songwriter. Any advice for a beginning writer? Yeah, I would say trust your intuition more than anything. I think sometimes as musicians and as artists, we don't really give ourselves enough credit. And as long as you're enjoying it, as long as you enjoy what you're making, I think that's the most important part. And the good news is you can always make more and more. So there's no sense in doubting yourself. Even if you completely hate a song, there's a song that I'm working on right now that I'm like, if I have to work on this another day, I will scream. But I want it to be done because I believe in it. So it's just about, you got to get in that mindset. No self-doubt. Self-doubt is the enemy. We don't support her. What's something different about this album that stands out to you and why? I love you, King. Oh, I love you too. Something different that stands out about this album. You know, I do think Pentatonics as a group has entered this new phase of musical maturity, and I think it's really evident in this recent release, but I also think it's going to be a lot more evident in the original releases as well, which I'm really excited for you guys to hear. I'm not texting, I'm just looking at questions, by the way. What's your favorite song on the EP? You know, it was Dreams, and I'm going to say I have to take credit. Well, me and Jonathan, our manager, we were the ones that were very gung-ho about doing that song, but I'm very happy that we did because it turned out beautiful. And obviously that's one of my favorite songs. But you know, one that's kind of sneaking up on me is Cologne. I'm really, really, really proud of Cologne. And there's just something about it that sounds so synthetic and really sweet in a really interesting way. Let me know if you guys agree. Did you feel like making this EP was an opportunity to grow and learn more about arranging and producing? Oh my God, big time. I mean, it's one good thing about quarantine is that you're forced to work on your own and you can't really rely on anyone else because, well, I guess you can if you have someone living with you, but I'm all alone, so I have to do everything myself. But it's actually been quite exciting because I think it's a skill set that I already should have known, and but that's okay. The past is the past, and now I know how to do it, and I'm getting better. And there's no particular timeline for anything. That's what you have to remember. Do you play Switch? And which games do you play? I do occasionally play Switch. I do partake in Switch playing. I normally really like Mario games, Nintendo games. I don't like games that are really hard. I bought Doom, and Doom is one of the most impossible games I've ever played. So I'm like, okay, I'll leave it to the professionals. I'm just going to play my 3 years and up games. Do I have Animal Crossing? Nada. I don't have it. I haven't downloaded it, but I do love Pokemon. Is there a hobby you discovered while in quarantine? A hobby I've discovered. No, not a hobby so much, but I guess I have realized that making music, producing music, and writing music is something that's very enjoyable for me, very therapeutic for me. I mean, to be honest, people ask me this all the time. I feel like I don't really have any hobbies yet. I would say music and art is my life/hobby and work. And you know what they say, if you make your passion your job, you never work a day in your life. So just keep that in mind. Which tour do you like better, Christmas tour or world tour, or do you love them equally? I do love them equally. I would say the Christmas tour is a little less pressure. It's a little less pressure because we all love Christmas music. But I do love singing the Christmas music so much. There's something so haunting about Christmas music sometimes that really gets me. Really gets me. So this one says, when you move, is the green wall still going to be thriving? Well, no, they're painting the green now. Unfortunately, I did choose a not so good green to paint my living room wall, but a lot of you guys are a fan of it. I wish it was a little dustier, a little more emerald, but obviously we can't have everything we want. So I'm repainting it white so I can stage my home and get the H out of here. I won't swear. Did you feel more inspired to write songs while in quarantine, or did it make no difference? I did. I did feel more inspired to write during quarantine, especially at the beginning. I was like, oh my God, okay, so this is sink or swim. Now is the time, because now we all have time. We're at home doing nothing. So you might as well work, right? And it's been something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And songwriting is just a muscle that you really have to exercise if you want to get really good at it, I believe. So yeah. Which Pokemon is your favorite? I mean, I feel like everybody expects me to say a spooky, like Gengar or Haunter, but I love Roselia, but I also love Rosalia. Let's see. So these questions are making me laugh. Hardest song, not this one though. Hardest song to sing on the EP. It's not a very, well, okay, I guess Cologne is really difficult because it's super fast and very melismatic. But overall, not an incredibly difficult collection of songs. Was it weird filming a video with no one in the room? It wasn't weird, but it definitely was tedious, I will say. I would kind of recommend, if you're not super familiar with filming, cameras, etc., that you do have somebody behind the camera to help you out and kind of minimize your stress. What do you prefer, writing the music or writing the lyrics? It's tough to say because I get really excited when I write lyrics, because I just had, again, self-doubt. I've always had this self-doubt that I can't write lyrics, or I'm not a good wordsmith. I should just stick to singing, stick to music, but not the case. They're both equally thrilling, and I'm excited to make more. What's your favorite song on Chromatica? Oh my God, where do I begin? Plastic Doll is becoming my number one, I would have to say. Well, Free Woman will always be my number one. Plastic Doll is kind of runner up. 911, Alice. I could go on and on. Which song do you think will be the best, / what song are you most excited to perform live? Maybe when the party's over. I think we could have a really beautiful kind of stripped down moment, a la Run to You, if you guys are familiar with that one. How many tattoos do you have? I don't know. I stopped counting, and they get out. I mean, there's big ones, there's small ones. I'm kind of always collecting, always changing, always growing. This one says, do you believe that music can be therapy? I absolutely believe it. In fact, I mentioned it earlier that music is very therapeutic for me. Yeah, it really is. It's a really, really great way to kind of distract your mind from anxieties. And, oh, there's another question. My current favorite piece of clothing. Well, I mean, good thing I'm here, I guess. I don't know. What have I been into lately? I really haven't been dressing myself very much, but I did get this new Bauhaus t-shirt. I got a bunch of new vintage tees on Etsy. Big into vintage, big into tees, big entities, pentatonics. Besides drinking a lot of water, how do you take care of your voice while on tour? That's a great question. I would say avoid excess alcohol, avoid going to bars or public places, clubs where you're going to talk really loud. Sleeping a lot really helps. Steaming your voice. Water. I have my 60-ounce hydro flask. Let me just kind of take a swig, if you don't mind. And maybe that was ASMR for some of you. All right. And now we're wrapping this up, but I have one more question. How do you start writing a song? / what is your songwriting process? Great question to end on. Well, my particular songwriting process is I'll normally start with a really bare bones, usually not incredibly amazing little demo, just like a little jam that I've made, and whatever moods or words that it inspires, I'll kind of do like a word vomit on a page and just write all of these like colorful words / adjectives that describe the scene for me, and then I'll tell a story through that, because songwriting is storytelling. But unfortunately, it looks like this is the end of the road for me, and I'm really going to miss you guys. But this is the end of the party, I'm being told. Yeah, confirmed. This is the end of the party. Thank you for the support. It really means the most. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay beautiful. Protect yourselves, wear your masks. Black Lives Matter. Black trans lives matter. I'm out of here.